All right, so there's so many video tutorials out there that show us how to create our course content, how to develop our curriculum and put it all together in a way that makes most sense for our audience. But now that you have that course content, what do you do with it? How do you actually get it in your customers' hands? So in this video, we're gonna talk about how to design your end-to-end process to deliver your course to those customers. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. But first, my name is Derek Abad, and I am the founder of Prime Course Creators, where we help busy entrepreneurs build and launch exceptional courses. And I'm so excited about today's video and showing you the behind the scenes and everything that it takes to get your course actually out there. So once you're presenting this course to your audience and how to get them onboarded onto it, how to collect your payments and have them have an amazing experience throughout your throughout your program. Okay, so let's dive right in. So you have really two options. You can obviously do this by hand. You can draw it on a piece of paper, or you can do it digitally using some type of software. I personally like to use some type of software for building out my processes because it makes it easy to share with my clients, and we can change and update things as needed. So we really have two options, or you have multiple options out there, but the two that I'm gonna share here today is you can actually use something called Draw.io if you have a Google Workspace account, or you can use something like Lucidchart, which I believe you can get a certain amount of charts for free, and then you have to end up paying for that service. But again, I'm gonna use my Google Drive service for Draw.io because it's included in my workspace. So to build a new chart, you're just gonna create new, and then you'll go to more and then Draw.io. If you don't have Draw.io, go ahead and connect more apps, search Draw.io, and then add that in there and you will have it. Okay, so we're gonna dive right in here because this can get a little long, but maybe it might surprise you all on how much actually goes into getting your course out there aside from just building your course. And that's why we're here at Prime Course Creators, to help you see the full picture of everything that it takes to get your course out. So now to sell your course, I'm gonna go ahead and make this a little bit smaller and move myself over here. To sell your course, typically you're gonna be advertising and marketing, letting everybody know through various channels. So like say social media, and you'll have, let's say your email campaign here, email campaign. Okay, and let's say you have a lead magnet already, an existing lead magnet. Okay, and then in each one of these, you're going to be sharing a link to your sales page. So this is your long form sales page or short form sales page, however you want to do it. But this is where your leads are going to go to learn everything they need to know about your course, like how much it costs, how long is it, when is registration open, what are the outcomes, what is essentially the full value of buying and purchasing your course. So we will push those leads with a link over to your sales page. And also, before we continue forward, I'm gonna let you know this is gonna be designed more for a challenge or a course that has open and closed registration, which can be a little more complicated versus having an evergreen course that's pretty straightforward because you're not having to turn things on and off. So from your sales page, let's say there is open and closed registration. You're gonna want to send them to, we're gonna actually ask that question here, open registration. And let's go down the no path. Let's say it's closed already and they can no longer sign up, but you're gonna wanna collect the lead information so that you can target them the next time your registration opens. So let's say waitlist page. And so they can sign up for your waitlist and you can get them and grab them, and then next time send them an email saying, hey, registration's back open. What you'll also want to do is add a tag here, and let's say maybe waitlist. Let's say course waitlist. Okay. And now whenever registrations close, you don't just lose that lead, but they're signed up and then they get a tag added to them. And then we're going to go ahead and end that here. Now you want to create like an email segment and things like that. We help do that as well. But for the sake of this tutorial and this process, we're just going to go ahead and end it there. Now, if registration is open, this is where we are going to then, from your sales page, send them over to your, I'm a little OCD here, so I like my arrows to be nice and straight. So forgive me for taking the time to do that on this video. Okay, we're gonna go down, and like I said, this is gonna be our checkout page. So this is where we're gonna be setting up payments here. Oh, I still don't get the arrow straight. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna be sending them to the checkout page, and after they complete the checkout page, there's a series of things happening here. So what the customer is going to experience, and I'm actually going to drag this over because there's some back-end automation stuff that will be happening that you can set up, is after the checkout page, the customer is then going to create a username, create username and password. And then what is also going to happen whenever we're doing after the checkout page and they've purchased, we're going to do something like this. We're going to say add a tag that says course purchased. Obviously you want to be more specific if you have multiple courses, but we're going to add a tag that says course purchased. And then if they were on the wait list previously, let's go ahead and grab this one. What we're going to want to do is then remove that tag so that you're pulling them off of that email list. You're not following up with someone that has already purchased the course. We're going to remove that tag, and then the next thing that we're going to want to do is send them a welcome email. Actually, we're going to go ahead and move this. I'm going to end this one here. Oops. We're going to go ahead and end this process here. And forgive me if there's professional business analysts out there. I'm sure your skin is crawling right now with the design of my process diagrams. But this is good enough for what we're trying to do. Okay, so that's one thing that's going to happen. The other thing that's going to happen is we are going to want to send them a welcome email. And maybe some follow-ups. So we'll do a welcome email. Let's say subscribe, and it'll be welcome email campaign. And most of the time, I recommend to my clients to have some type of welcome, and then maybe 1 or 2 follow-ups. And this could be like a, depending on how long your course is, you could say 1 week follow-up, and this is just to check in to make sure they're all good to go and that they aren't having issues in your course, or see how they're enjoying it. But I'll usually do a 1 week follow-up, maybe another 1 month follow-up, 1 month follow-up. And again, this is all automated, so you're not having to, or you're going to want to set this up to be all automated, so that you're not having to sit there manually sending all these emails. And then maybe, let's say it's for 2 months out. Again, I don't know how long your course or program is going to be, but let's say 2 month follow-up. And this one can be something like a survey. So you want to learn something about your course, you want to get some testimonials or something like that. You can go ahead and set up a survey. And then I'm going to also end this process here. So this is just a little bit of nurturing to your client while they're engaging in your course material. So after they create their username and password, you have multiple options here. You can send them to a thank you page. You can send them right to the course or inside the library of the course. There are multiple things. I typically like to send them right directly into the course. So let's say the course library or a course homepage. Let's do that. This is all up to you, depending on whether they get immediate access or Because sometimes, let's say, for example, the course isn't open yet. So you had this registration period, the course isn't open yet. So you might want to send them to a thank you page and then send them an email that says, hey, the course is now open and you can go and access it now. Again, that's a whole different process. We're just going to go ahead and use this and say they get instant access right away. So they're going to create the username and password. They're going to go to the course homepage, and now they get access to all that beautiful content that you provided. And you can set up drip content in there. Let's say every week that you want to release something new, you can set that up. I didn't like that one there, so we're going to go here. Course content. Yep. We can set up a drip campaign that lets them have access to each one of their modules per week or per every 3 days or whatever it may be. Kind of sky's the limit, however you want to deliver your course material. And then they're going to go through the course and then complete it. And that's really the end of the cycle here. Okay. So as you can see, this is a pretty simple one, but just as a review, this is where you're going to be engaging and talking to your leads. You're going to send them to a sales page. And then if open and close registration, if it is open, they will go to the checkout page. If it's closed, they will go to a waitlist page. Once they've paid and they've purchased your course, you can add a tag to course purchased, and then you'll remove the course waitlist tag. And then you'll subscribe them to your email, your welcome email sequence here, get them access into your course and deliver everything. Now, again, this can be really complex. Let's say you have live videos or you need to create some type of integration to send them a reminder or a link to your live video content or live call that happens every week. We would process map that out and design it out. You would see where you would want that to connect and flow. There are a lot of things if you're going to use an event. Let's say that they only get access to course maybe a month from now, and you want to have a timer for that. You would subscribe them to an event, and an event would then trigger email reminders to let them know maybe, hey, you're a week away, you're 24 hours away, all of those things. But it's really important to capture that whole picture. And then just as a tip from me, what I usually recommend is that you actually, when you start building this, you actually build from the back the back and then come back to the front of your process, because you're usually going to be linking to the next thing. So if you are building your checkout page, but then you don't have any of this stuff set up, then you got to kind of put that on hold. So I typically build these I build my course content, and then I come backwards into the process here. Now, Prime Course Creators helps you with each one of these components. So we can help you with email campaigns. We can help you set up your lead magnet that drives your customers to the sales page. We have templates and forms and everything that you need to get all your copy together for building your sales page. We actually build all of that for you. We also have scripts or a script template for you for your video sales letter that you can put in your sales page. And then we help design every single one of these components and put them together for you. Another tip that I like to do is I'll usually mark these, something like I'll make them gray so that I know that they're not complete. And this becomes like a little mini project plan. Now I do use Asana to put these into further detail just because I need a lot more information. But if you're doing this on your own, something that's really helpful is just turn these gray and you're like, okay, well now I'm working on my checkout page. I can know that's yellow and that's not ready to go. And then when it is, you can make this green. So essentially, once your entire process diagram is green, you know that you're live. You can go ahead and test it and make sure it all works and that it does exactly what you need it to do. But that's how we put together a process diagram. I would love, let me zoom back in here. So I would love to help you out if you need some assistance in designing this process diagram. If you're like, I don't want to do this at all myself, please book a discovery call at primecoursecreators.com. I am happy to connect with you. We can jump on, talk about when you want to launch a course, how big your course is, the design of your course, the structure of it, how you're going to get it out, and any questions that you might need to get answered so that you can get your beautiful information inside of your knowledge, inside of your head, all that knowledge inside your head out to the audience that you love. Well, thanks for joining me today. I look forward to continuing to give you more tips and tutorials. Make sure that you subscribe and follow us for some more.